Everybody, it's Patrick at the Pitch Deck. We have a voiceover for just maybe the first 10 minutes or so of the matchup, because I was listening to songs and then I was thinking that, I figured I can start talking a little bit more and kind of focusing slightly. But Vynsett's kind of a tricky situation when it comes to knowing what to do against her, because she's got a lot of protection against what we can do. So it's usually some along the lines of this, where it's AB4 SV2. So we don't want them to really do anything turn one in terms of fixing their hand, and we want to go first, so they can't do any rune gates out the gate, quote unquote. So when it comes to this type of rune gate character, they have to banish something from their hand, so it's sort of like a Bolton in a way. So if you strip some cards, luckily from their turn, that you can do something on their turn, hopefully. So we block the dread because we don't want an extra rune chant for the 3-cost rune gate that's coming in. So we just 2-block, send the 2-card hand of Spindle, and then we just arsenal this card. Typically, they will probably AB everything, especially this one, because they may not have a full hand that they can do with what they've got going on. They usually work best with 2-card hands or 3-card hands. But here, he just AB3s instead of AB4s. He banishes something that isn't Rune Gate, which gives him another rune chant. And then typically, I think it's Rainbow. Yeah, this one here. So Envelop is sort of like a rainbow and everything, because it fills the Shadow runeblade trigger, which they just did, paying for the 1 so that they can get the proc off of the rune gates. So it's going to be coming in for 7 plus 3 rune chants, because this is the free rune chant, plus 2 floating, which is unfortunate because we do have a Cindering in our hand. We have a pot, so the flare can like have a wait on. We can wait for the flare later on. Now they play double rune gate and double envelop for double rune gate buffs. Now we're gonna just do this for now, just to see what we have. Especially if it were to be on our turn, we can see what we're going to flare into next turn. We already have 1 pot down. It slightly helps out with prioritizing pots a little bit. Sure, don't knock pots, basically. Don't toss them out of your mind to say that it's not worth, because sometimes they do toss a lot at you when it comes to the rune gates. It could be double rune gate. They might get lucky because sometimes they run Revel and Runeblood. So they'll do a Mordred Tide, and then they'll do a rune gate, and then they'll give out the Revel and Runeblood plus the flail. So there's a lot of damage that they can do. So we just guarantee a blue on top just in case. So now this is coming in for 6, 10, 13 altogether, but we have to take 1. So might as well just take all the rune chants, because I don't want to just have 1 floating. It's kind of not great, but then they do give you the extra 1. So then we could, if we wanted to, take block everything as much as we can. This is coming in for 10. We just technically take 4 altogether, and we already have a pot, so I'm leaning towards that, I think. It's either take 4 or take 7 and then set up another E-pop, but I'm down to 21 at that point, which is not great. So we take a little less damage. They don't have an arsenal, so it's nice for us on that point. And then they won't have double rune chant, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, actually they do have double rune chant, because they did pay into the very first one, which means that it does proc, and they still get 2 rune chants no matter what. We're just going to double block here and then just take 4 altogether, go down to 24. They do get 2 rune chance, so it kind of sucks because it just helps them out on their turn. We just pass. We do have a blue Mordred, blue Mauvrion Skies, not Mordred. So it's coming in for free from Banish Zone. We'll take this, take it all. Gotta have a no block in our hand. So we'll end up taking all the rune chance. This is just coming in for 4. We can still technically block for 6 because there's a one rune chant if we just let it hit. But now they're just doing a blue spell blade to get 2 rune chants. There is one floating, so I'm potentially considering pushing damage here just to see what's on the top. We could probably get lucky. It's not necessarily stripping cards because, like I said, they can work best off of 2 card hands off of Rune Gate and then just pitching the Rune Gate and then setting that up from there. So we can, again, kind of prioritize pots. So this is not a failed Eye of Ophidia. It still gives us the pot. So we'll just go ahead and Potion of Deja Vu. And then I'm not necessarily doing anything with this Voltic Bolt. Might as well just block this blue Spellblade. And it's definitely one of those matchups where you kind of need to take it slow, almost like Prism in a way. But there's the off chance that you could combo pretty heavily to chunk them down. That's why I still keep this Spellfire Cloak just as a backup for that. The one block really isn't going to do anything. It does protect against some of the 6 attack Rune Gates if they were to pump up to +1 from Envelop, or if they were pumped up via Shadow Puppetry because of the proc of them seeing if they want to banish the card off the top. So it's 1+. But typically, I don't value the block that much in this matchup as much as I would like. Maybe it's maybe it is still wrong because you get more value of the consistent resource, maybe. So it's not necessarily just the block, but the constant resource being popped up here. So this is just coming in for 9 plus the rune chance. A pretty hefty damage turn. Something's gotta give slightly. I'm not trying to pitch stack or anything like that. I don't know if the person is tracking what I've been pitching, but it's definitely a high damage turn for sure. It's not double rune gates, which is nice, because then they can just go again and then pitch something from hand, which again, it's probably a bit of a it's probably a hindrance that I still have this flare in the arsenal, because Widespread Destruction is a card that they bring, and they can just say, I don't care what you have in arsenal is going to be gone because I can prevent the damage and then close the chain and then go from there. So we definitely take what we have here because we can sort of block a little bit of damage. It'll happen to be off the top. I can probably just use my Tome of Aetherwind to draw 2 cards, and then hopefully it's 2 blues. Maybe go Sonic Boom from then. If I can block 2, then I'm going to be dropping down to 7 damage, coming in all the way down to 13. I think my math is correct. But here we can probably just block 9 since there's not much coming in after this. And then there's creepers to consider. But yeah, let the voiceover end, and I'm going to go ahead and let my normal thoughts during the match proceed. I can block both and then swing with whatever I can have on the top. Change the top card of their deck. Block 6 and then use Tome, right? Hope for something good? Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. Only on mine, for my deck. Give me 2 blues. That's all I ask. Dos azul. That is not what we want. And we're not stripping cards from hand. See what's off the top. Could we flare, Kano, on fire? We don't even have to use our... What if we have some shitty hands, man? Flare's been in our arsenal this entire time. I haven't played pummels yet. I don't know if they've got it or not. I think we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep that on top. Oh my god, I spoke the truth. I spoke 4 reds and then they were there. I carried one of them and I knew one's on top, so I guess it's not that crazy. That's a good sign. That's not a good sign. Do we pitch? What do we pitch? We can probably pitch something. I can probably take 6 flare for flare and then put this in the arsenal. Try to strip a card from hand. He'll put 2, so he's got generation of rune chance. Okay, so we have a blue off the top, which is fine. 5 reds is not what you want to look at. He may just take this. Depending on what the hand does. So. Now we're just working with AB4 SV2. No, nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. Well, we got Spell Void 2 to worry about, which means we still can't kill with a 38 kill. It'll have to drop down to 28. We're looking to at least block. So this is coming in. Ow. This is coming in for 7. Not the breakpoint we want to see. We'll gain 2 rune chance. 2 AB, which is only 2 damage off of this. I might let him have the Deathly Well Mauve trigger, even though it's 2. And then he'll probably keep. which means he'll have a whole bunch next turn. Because I want to send the spindle for 4. Doesn't matter, he'll probably AB it. That or block 3? Send 4, send 3. Slightly better, yeah. I don't die straight away. So if I don't die straight away, I can go 4 damage, drop down to 8. He'll probably swing flail, maybe, maybe not, because I'm bringing in 3 rune chants. He can just keep the 4th for a more explosive turn. I like this slightly more. Fuck. Yeah, he'll probably just keep this up. Add our rune. Oh, another Phantom Wrath. He probably wouldn't have swung if I didn't block. If I didn't block or do anything, he probably would have just held this up. It's still within range of protecting. Fucking Spell Void, dude. Alright, so we've got 3 plus another additional 6. So we took 7 this turn for no reason. So I can probably take the 3 and block 3 to send the spindle back. So block, take 3, go down to 5, block 3, take down to 2, nothing floating. No arsenal. I think that might be as good as any. 0. I'll probably block 3. He can only block 3, which means a blue and then bin and then rune chant. Rune chant. Vynsett's fun. I like how Vynsett plays. I'm not knocking this hero, I'm just knocking the shit that they gave him. That's all it is. Putrid Stirrings was banished. This triggers. Means he'd have to hard cast an attack. Rune. Read the runes. 7. Do we dare doing it now? There's blues that could work in their arsenal, and there's blues that don't. There's blues here, blues here. They typically don't work. On the off chance there's a red, what do we do? Kano, Kano, Kano. You can get a free Kano before we even Sonic Boom. I remember pitching a pot, so that's 1 whiff. I can't remember anything else. I haven't seen Eye of Ophidia. Kano, potion. I think I might have to use Crucible if it's a blue. On the very off chance that I hit a dud. Which will be unfortunate. I might see what the second Kano is, actually. No, it knows there's a Sonic Boom on top. Alright, let's see what we got. Do we dare let the first Kano go? I think we need to, let's see what we can do here. Okay, snap back. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'm glad it was that rather than another one that's all. This is a blue. I'm hoping that it's a red. We can do some damage. May take it. Because if it was a blue, he'd slap it down. So he does take it. This is free, this is not free, this is one, this is one, this is one. I have 6. So this is a blue for these 3. I've already used crew on the other one. Let's see what he does. He's taken 4, 3, 3, which is a good chunk. He really likes this arsenal piece. Okay, we like that. He really likes the arsenal. My thing is, do I want to do Spellfire? Kano? No, I think we're good. With AB3, Spell Void 2, I think we've gone down slightly. Not give and go again. Only off of AB3, which is not great for us. We have a flare. No bueno. Banish the dread, which probably means just a standard attack. He doesn't have a rune gate. There is a chance of that. He could flail. It's a 9, which I'd be happy to just. He wants to undo what? Oh. He may want to choose a different banish target. I clicked the wrong card. So he still has a blue in his hand, which is not great. And this is coming in for 5. So we just can't win. We can't win with a it's coming in for 9 and 11. And we just can't fucking he's got a yell. He's on the very, 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 very low chance of 2 reds, which is not because we saw dread already, so even if we had 9 blue 12 resources to help out, we still die to this. Even covering up the full 9, and then this is still coming in for 11. Fucking spell void too, man. I never mind. Okay, we have to see what's off the top, I think. We go with Kano. So we've got Ether. Is this going to be enough through AB2? Oh, sorry, AB3. Probably not. Because if he's got 2 blues, and we're fucked. Give me a blue. Thank God. Before he sees this, what I'm gonna do is boots. Spellfire. I swore I clicked it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I'm just dreaming. Six, AB3. Yep. Yep. So flare plus meta, which means it's coming in for 7. Please be a red. And maybe have a chance. Maybe. I can't. Let's go! Let's fucking go, baby! Let's fucking go!